One more time. Whoa. If you wanna lose your mind, whoa. Come and get it.
Hey guys, what is up? My name's Sage and welcome to today's tutorial. It's actually my first ever, so I hope you guys do enjoy. Basically, I got a lot of response from my Twitch channel to make some tutorials on YouTube about graphics and how I do certain things and stuff like that. So I thought it'd be a good idea to start off with a basic Twitch tutorial, guys. We're going to learn how to make a beginner Twitch overlay for Twitch. So before I should actually go over this. Before I start a new project, guys, make sure you are working in 1280 by 720 pixels. That is HD format. Of course, you could do 1920 by 1080 for the higher resolution for 1080p quality if you are interested in that. But mostly I work in 1280p or 720p technically. But yeah, make sure you guys do have resolution up to 300 though, guys, to make sure you get the best quality out of your picture. But moving on to that, guys, as you can see, we are going to start up with a brand new template. I'm actually going to put some guides on it. So for those of you guys who don't know, you can put percentages into your guides, and they basically make things a lot easier for those of you who don't have Snap 2 on. I will link you guys to a video showing you how to turn on Snap 2 guides. They're very useful. Definitely make sure to check those out. But yeah, I'm going to make sure to drop 2 of those on there. And guys, I also, when I start my overlays, I like to put a Call of Duty picture on to see just how, everything lines up, make sure everything fits properly and whatnot. So you can get these by easily just going to your Twitch channel or, any COD Twitch channel and just one without an overlay. When you have the screen in full screen, so you bring the video up full screen, you print screen your screen, and then you basically just take that and bring it in here and resize it to 1280, while, of course, holding shift for restricting the pixels, and then yeah, this is your final image. So we're going to start off basically, guys, by making a simple bar overlay. It's nothing too fancy. So we're just going to start by making a short little rectangle and line that up. You can see it actually lines up by it turning red when it connects to the Snap 2 guide. So that's how you know it is completely lined in the center. But that actually kind of looks kind of weird, so we're going to fatten that up a little bit. Alright guys, so now that we've got that in there, we're going to go ahead and add a rounded rectangle behind it. So it's going to be roughly about this big. This is just a little technique I like to use on some of my designs. You guys, of course, don't have to do this. This is just something basic to give your overlay some pop. So what you're going to do, guys, is this is just going to be a darker shade of whatever color your overlay is, and or it could be a completely different color, whatever you guys want. It could be black to match the orange of your overlay, but I basically use it as an accent to give it some depth and just kind of make the color pop. But yeah, so basically what you're going to start off with is your social media links. So I have those right here saved in a folder of mine. I'm just going to bring those on really fast, and of course make sure when you resize, guys, when you have drag and drop them in, to hold shift while you resize so that you hold the pixel to the highest quality and don't lose any quality in your image. So we're just going to get that on there, and we are going to get the YouTube. Now, me personally, guys, I don't like to have this middle part in my YouTube, so I'm going to go ahead and rasterize the layer so that I can edit that and take it out with the magic wand tool, which is right here. Basically, all that does is select the pixels that are white, because that's what I quick select, and I'm going to delete those out of the layer, unselect it, and then we are good to go, because now it has nothing in the middle, so the color will only apply to the red and not all over the white and make it hard and difficult to work with. So we're going to drag that on over as well, again holding shift, and we're going to get that on over to our overlay. It's actually a little bit too big. There we go. Of course, I'm trying to do this video as fast as I can, guys, so this overlay isn't, of course, going to be up to par for some people. Some people like to put a lot of time into their overlay. I'm just making something quick just to show you guys how to navigate a basic Twitch overlay. Just so you guys can maybe try out some designs on your own. Maybe you have something you wanted to do for your channel or something like that. So maybe this can help you guys do that. So now we're just lining up the social media links. Here we go. So we're going to drag, rename this YouTube. We'll space it out a little bit more. And then we're going to drag the Twitter on over here. So maybe you guys might like to have the Twitter over to one side, keep it all symmetrical flowing down, and then maybe have your name on the right hand side to show who you are. Maybe you have your real name and then your gamer tag. Completely again up to you guys. Just wanted to give you guys a rough outline of how I go about designing it. So normally what I would do is just set a marker about midway. It's kind of hard. You can't gauge with the percentage, but about there. And just make sure all your text lines up. That is something I notice a lot of people don't take the time to do on some of their overlays, is make sure all the text lines up properly, guys. It only takes a few seconds. And just like that, you have nice aligned text. And also, guys, one thing that I stress on is make sure that your social media links do line up and are properly sized to each other. I see some people have certain logos bigger than others. That's a big factor in some noticing some amateurish designs compared to others. Not trying to say that it's amateurish to do that. I mean, it's a pet peeve of mine to see, and I feel like it shows a real like style to it when they're all aligned and properly sized up, guys. Again, it's all personal preference, so I'm just showing you guys what I do and what has been good for me and worked for me in the past. So moving along from this, maybe you want to throw a rectangle on the bottom to showcase your sponsors, guys. I know that's really popular with a lot of live streamers right now. People like to do the sponsors on the bottom of their screen. So you could have it in the middle of your screen to cover the name tag, to cover session joiners, or you could do the classical bottom approach where you just have it off the bottom of the overlay, guys. So either one, again, is up to you guys. That's all personal preference. But we're going to go ahead and make this rounded one again, just a little bit shy. Oops, that's not rounded. Sorry about that, guys. So we got the rounded tool, and we're just going to drag it out a little bit shy of the corners and make sure that lines up properly. And drag that below. So what I like to do, make things easier, is just color code copy. So to make everything nice and easy, we're going to find our other rectangle. There it is. And we're going to put the color code on here as well, so that everything all is uniform and has the same feel. Make sure you guys have all your colors aligned properly and whatnot. Of course, you can always experiment with gradients, guys. I'm going to be doing a more advanced tutorial with gradienting, and I'm also looking at making a tutorial about animated overlays. I know that's kind of popular right now, so if you guys are interested in that, make sure to drop some feedback in the description below. I'd really appreciate it, guys. So we could go ahead and throw sponsor down at the bottom there, and of course you could drag and drop your sponsor logo on there as well. And then of course we have the face cam. So what you guys are going to do for this is make a rectangle tool, but you're going to want to hold. Usually what I do is I gauge it to be about there. It's a little bit squared off with a higher resolution webcam. So 1280 by 720. Sorry guys, HD quality webcam actually turns out a little bit rectangle. It's not perfectly square like a 90 by 90 webcam, which is actually an older model. So from here, guys, I like to just resize by holding square to keep the pixels at the same length, and then I just like to take off the fill. So we will take that off by going right here, guys, and removing the fill, and then I would just normally add a stroke. We'll tone that down to about 1, so it's not as harsh. And I'm actually going to change the color over to white. There we go, guys. So that's the beginnings of a COD overlay, so you can see it. I'll make this red so it stands out a little bit more, guys. You can see what we've been working with here. If you also wanted, guys, you could take the rounded rectangles and put them on this part of the overlay as well to give that sort of an accent as well. Again, guys, completely all up to you. It is all personal preference on how you want your overlay to look. But to show you guys a little tip, if you have a problem with something not being like this, where it comes through the layer, and if you shrink it, it will make the curves look different. One thing you can do is right-click and rasterize, and then from there, take your selection tool and just drag it along the line of the webcam and delete. Now it's perfectly sized to your webcam, doesn't show or anything, and you didn't lose your curve. So now we're just going to go ahead and drag and drop to the bottom, and then we're going to make sure those are lined up properly by using our align tool. So that looks about right, guys. So that's basically it for this beginner one. Again, guys, if you guys would like to see more, definitely make sure to drop some feedback in the description. Let me know what I should talk about, what more I should cover. I know I didn't really go into grading and going into too much detail, but again, this is just a beginner detail, just if you want to make something simple, and then you can provide the creative process yourself, guys. I don't want to be teaching you how to make an exact overlay and then you guys copy it and use it. I want you guys to actually, get inspired and hopefully use this to help create a masterpiece of your own, guys. So hopefully you guys enjoyed and it's useful and you maybe learned some tips. If you guys want to know some of my hotkeys, definitely make sure to let me know as well, guys. But other than that, make sure when you are saving a file, guys, before I leave, I will talk about that. Make sure to hide your layer so that you have the checkerboard transparency, and then you're going to go ahead and file, save for web, and make sure that it is a PNG 24 file type, guys. That is the highest quality, and that is also allows you to get the transparency, so there will be no black border or background or anything like that, guys. So, going to go ahead and save this as tutorial 1. But that's it, guys. So then we can go ahead and look at it. It completely does not have a background. It can be applied to any image overlay, and you could fit a webcam in below it on your layer panel, whichever you use, guys. But I hope you guys enjoy it. It's been around 10 minutes. I wasn't hoping it was going to go this long, but I appreciate you guys for checking out the tutorial, and definitely drop a like if you would like to see more, guys, because I am going to be doing a resource pack if I get enough views on this video. So make sure you guys check that out. I really appreciate it, though, guys. Take it easy. I'm Sage, and I'm out.